There's a TikTok content creator that I like, and she was like, "Hey, Iran, just want to say, like, with everything going on, it's not me and my people."
Okay.
And she's like saying like all the correct, like, happy Ramadan.
Hell yeah.
This-
Which is another point, like, not your bombing school children on Ramadan. And like we knew they didn't give we already know they don't give a fuck.
right.
Like we know.
Hmm.
Lord forbid we have to, have any conversations about, arresting people for trafficking children. No, let's just bomb school children on Ramadan.
No, literally. And I know we say this like all the time, but like, really, what is it going to take?
No, I don't think there's anything. I mean, I just think this is where we are. I think this is where we are. So like this afternoon, so my grandson stayed the night with me last night. So we've been kicking it all day. I'm worn out, I'm tired, but he went home around about 3 hours ago. So I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, so I can like woosah and like get centered, right? So I hop on TikTok and immediately you start seeing videos of Americans that are stuck in Dubai and Bahrain and like all these Middle Eastern countries.
Yeah.
And I was struck by specifically this one. It was this older white woman. She's definitely a boomer, right? She's older than me. I'll say that. And I don't remember where she was stranded, but wherever she was stranded, she's like in tears because she just can't understand how like this is affecting her life and her vacation. Like, and that's not what she's saying, but like those are the vibes. That
Right.
because bitch, we just bombed a whole fucking country. Like, I'm confused as to how you're confused. I'm confused. I guess she thought she was just going to vote for Donald Trump. And then, like a lot of people, thought they were going to vote for him. And it was his policies were going to affect everyone else. And they were still going to be able to just live in their lily white little world of
Hmm.
privilege and like
Hmm.
never be touched by it or
Right.
inconvenienced by it. So that was funny.
And I do hear like people talking about like planning vacations and stuff. And who am I to say like how people should spend their money and do what they want on their own free time? But I'm also kind of like, you want to travel right now?
So listen, and we've talked about this before because my family and I we generally do like one trip a year, like as a group, right?
Mhm.
Um and so we have a trip planned out of the country for this summer. It's in Central America. And well, so first of all, I bought the insurance so that if we have to cancel at the last minute, we'll get our money back. But like it's like we were talking about how there's so much happening. So like if someone's special pleasure is like having Netflix, even though technically we should be boycotting Netflix. But like if watching movies on Netflix brings you pleasure, like your one Netflix subscription is not gonna like really change the world, right?
Right.
That's kind of how I feel about vacation. Like that's my one thing that I do for
Yeah.
myself. I already know I'm not going to be able to retire at any point. Like literally my retirement plan is societal collapse. Right? So like I
Mhm.
have this one thing that I get to look forward to is like I get to go and sit on the beach and like
Yeah.
throw all my cares into the ocean and you know,
Absolutely.
right?
Heck yeah.
I'm terrified that like something's gonna happen, right? Like that,
Yeah.
and like quiet as it's kept, getting stranded in Central America is not like the worst case scenario, honestly. Like don't let me back. That's fine. What am I really,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah.
But also, it's kind of terrifying because I don't know if they're gonna. I'm the queen of getting the extra search. My husband laughs at me all the time because and no lie, right hand to God, I was told like 15, 20 years ago, I was told at the airport one time that my name is on some sort of a watch list. Somebody told me that because I always get the extra search at the airport, like
Mhm.
every time. Every time
Mhm.
is basically a strip search. Like I feel like they owe me money at the end, like it's a whole thing,
Yeah.
right? And so yeah, like what if they steal me at the airport and don't give me back? I don't know. That I'm genuinely terrified, and also like we can't live in fear. So
Yeah, absolutely.
but I'm not going to be shocked if my vacation is interrupted because what did I think was going to happen when we're literally in the middle of World War III?
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
I think that's, like, what's the scary thing is, like, just because of who Donald Trump is, right? Like, he can go on TV at any point in time and just be like, "Well, we have a problem with this country," and it's like, what happens if you're in that country
Yeah.
vacationing?
Yeah.
And then just because they're all so fucking whack in the head, they could be like, "Well, since you're over there, like, you could be co-conspirating with, like," you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong though, if I could, like, go somewhere and just, like, leave all of this behind, that would also be great.
Listen. So I was telling my son that I'm very seriously, and I think we've moved past the thinking stage. Like I plan to reach out to some like leaders of African nations
Uh-huh.
and talk to them seriously about seeking asylum in another country because this is not, and it's America's always been bad for our mental health, right? Like it's been an abusive relationship from day one.
Yeah.
But it's like so over the top right now. Like I've
Mhm.
been having headaches. I never have headaches. And I know it's just because I'm stressed the fuck out because there's so much going on. And as
Mhm.
much as I try to avoid it and try to disassociate from it, and I do, a lot of it I do, but there's so much that it's like inescapable also,
Yeah,
you know? So
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I
I
don't know.
always
Hopefully someone will take us as asylum seekers.
fingers
I don't know.
crossed.
Yeah. I
Well,
was looking specifically at Burkina Faso because, we've talked about um, Ibrahim Traore, the president of that country, and how progressive he is, and like the direction that their country is headed. And so, even though it's landlocked, but the beach is right there. Like it's right next to Ghana. I could get to the beach. So I was thinking about reaching out to them because I'm like, it's a developing country. Like maybe I could add something there. And then I came across a TikTok and I haven't reached out to them, so hasn't specifically told me no, but I came across a TikTok where somebody was basically saying that Burkina Faso as a country, like, doesn't fuck with Americans, even Black Americans, because of the whole foundational Black American movement. Have you heard about that? It
Mm-mm.
was this whole FBA thing. We'll come back to that. I don't even have the energy for that right now.
Right.
But because like a lot of Black Americans are just as fucking toxic as white Americans because living in America for hundreds of years, and
Right.
when and so yeah, this TikToker was like basically saying they don't fuck with Americans because we're toxic. But still, you're gonna have to tell me no. I'm not gonna just believe some TikToker.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to tell me no.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
I know. Anytime I would like talk about this with my friends, yeah, everyone's always like, "Oh, I would go here or I would go here." And like I always have to say like, well, anti-black is kind of everywhere. So like it's kind of for me personally, it's like, well, our choices are a little skim.
Yeah, like anti-black is everywhere, but also If you can get somewhere where the majority of the people are black, my whole thing is I want to go somewhere where we're
Yes.
in the majority.
Yes.
So while anti-black colonialism is a global thing, it's certainly worse in some places than
Oh,
others.
100%. Well, and I would say, like, oh, I wouldn't mind going to somewhere in Africa, and a lot of them
Mhm.
would be like, "What?" It's like, yeah, like,
There
I
are
feel like
places in Africa where you will blend in so good because you have that
yeah.
very ambiguous look, right?
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
like, drop you in Morocco, you look like a fucking Moroccan. Nobody
Yeah,
knows.
right.
Nobody
Yes.
knows.
Exactly. Like, I will find a way.
hmm Egypt, I feel like you would blend in Egypt.
Egypt would be pretty cool.
hmm Yeah. I saw a TikTok. This is totally, it's off subject, but not really. I saw a TikTok recently of this girl who was, I didn't know that you could tour the inside of pyramids. I think that's weird as fuck. Like, these are graves, but okay.
Mhm.
We're just traipsing all around inside of these graves.
Sure.
But they're like, have you ever been inside the arch in St. Louis?
Mhm.
You know how it's like that little pod that you have to, it's literally like that inside of a
Mhm.
pyramid. I'm like, oh, fuck no.
Yeah.
Thank God you're showing me this. I wouldn't have done it anyway because, like I said, I'm not traipsing around inside of a tomb.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
And it's very
Um,
narrow.
yeah. I don't know what I expected it to look like on the inside, but it was not that.
Mhm.
It was not that.
Yeah.
So,
No thanks. I will look
yeah.
from the outside.
hmm I'll take the cool picture where it looks like you can pinch the pyramid with your
Yes,
finger, you know.
right. Yes. A respectful distance.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. Um, it
Have you
is.
been watching the Olympics?
I did not watch a single moment of the Olympics, but I've
Hey,
heard about,
yeah,
clients have been telling me about it. Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say little shout out the one skater, the young one with like the striped hair. Have you seen her?
No.
I I think her name's like Alyssa. I don't know what her last name is, but
I'll look her up while you tell us the story.
yeah, so well she got her hair done here in St. Louis.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
like she's gone, I mean she won gold, but like her hair has been a big topic of discussion.
So how did
And
I
it's
miss
like,
that?
yeah, she got it done in St. Louis.
Alyssa Liu,
Ye
Liu,
yes.
known for her signature halo hair featuring
Yup.
horizontal blonde and brown stripes. Let me see this hair. Oh, that's kind of badass. That is actually really difficult. I don't know who did that, but that was not easy to accomplish.
Right. It was
Wow.
done at 13th and Washington Salon,
Very
which is in
cool.
downtown
Very
St. Louis.
2000s.
Right? And I'm trying to
Super cool.
see. I think the stylist is Kelsey. One second.
That is really badass.
Right?
And it's funny because I I was just talking with a client about how the 2000s are coming back, or the 90s and 2000s are coming back hair wise. She came in and she wanted those 90s layers that like frame the face and like curve in real hard towards the face. So we were just
Right.
having a conversation about hair and how it always comes back, but it's like it you tweak it and make it modern. I
Mm,
feel like these, I don't even know if you would call them highlights, but they're horizontal stripes. But I because the 2000s highlights were so stripy, but they were vertical stripes.
right.
And these are horizontal stripes. So I feel like it gives that 2000s stripy look, but with a twist because now they're horizontal instead of vertical. That's dope, actually. The
Right?
more I look at it, I'm like, wow, that's really fire.
Yes, so
It's not
good.
for everybody, obviously. Like everyone's not gonna wear
Right.
that.
Mhm.
No, that's dope. Shout out to that hairstylist. She did that.
Yes, Kelsey Styles hair.
Okay.
But I thought it was, yeah. So like, shout out St. Louis, like getting some recognition. But
Mhm.
now, I
Stop.
saw that hair, was it either hairbrained or behind the chair? One of those is coming out to St. Louis. And it's
Mhm.
like, oh, now y'all want to come out here and
Mhm.
like, give us something. Cause like there is a lot of talent out here in St. Louis. There's quite a few
Yeah.
hairstylists that have gone super viral.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I did see that it's hairbrained that's going to be there. And I saw that and I thought about going because like my little sister's there. I still have a bunch of family there, like they're
Yeah.
there, you know what I mean? I thought about going and then I went and looked at their white ass lineup and I'm like, y'all still haven't learned shit. I'm not no.
Mhm.
I'm not spending
Yep.
that kind of money to go there when y'all still haven't learned shit. The-
Literally.
like a
Literally.
thing. Like
Mhm.
zero things, zero lessons have been learned. And they were one of the main ones in 2020 that hopped on the DEI bandwagon. And now
Mhm.
look at you. It's
Right.
2026. You're traveling to St. Louis with no Black people. That's crazy. Absolutely
Wild.
not. No.
And to announce it during Black History Month.
During Black History Month, can I say Black History Month, now, and I say I'm Black. I celebrate Black History 365 days a year. I don't need a whole month. But this Black History Month was particularly disrespectful.
It
I just feel
was
like motherfuckers were going out of their way to just be super disrespectful this month.
100%.
Like,
100%.
y'all want us to put our hands on you, don't you? I feel
I
like
I really think so. Like there's just been certain instances where I'm like, no way this is real.
this
Like
can't be real.
they're trying to like start something.
Yeah,
Like I
no,
don't
for
know
sure.
if you did you see the BAFTA incident with Michael B. Jordan and
I did. I
Delroy
didn't see
Lindo?
it in the moment, obviously, but I have seen since then. Yes, I have
And I
seen it.
doubt you've probably been on Facebook, but
No,
it
girl.
has started quite the discussion.
What is
And
there to discuss? I don't even know what there is to discuss. Like it's disrespectful as fuck.
well, all the
And
white people were saying that it's his disability.
oh, but when the Black guy with the disability got fucking choked out and murdered in the subway in New York, there wasn't any grace for that. But
Hey,
now we're
yeah,
supposed to
that's what
have.
I said. That's what I said.
Oh, now we give a fuck about disabilities. When
Yeah,
the
I was
cops
like,
caught the kid with autism
crazy.
dead while he begged for his life, there was no grace for disability. But today, and what I find fascinating about that is, so they said that wasn't the only time. So
Right.
first of all, there was a microphone on his table that was on. Why? And especially after he said it the first time, why did the mic continue to be on?
Mhm.
So it just feels very purposeful. But they said that that wasn't the first time that he said it, that he had actually said it four times to, or three times to four different people. All of them were Black. If it was in fact Tourette's, it was very selective Tourette's, no? Like,
So
why are you
I
only shouting nigger at Black people?
right. So I did hear that apparently he did yell out other like derogatory words to people, but yeah, it seems to be like it was very consistent with
Yeah.
Black presenters.
And then
And
to not only feel like you, so like, okay, fine, let's say that it was Tourette's, it was your disability. Okay, fine. If we were to extend grace, but you still haven't even apologized. Like if it's you should apologize, no? Like
right.
I'm
No,
really,
yeah,
really sorry.
absolutely.
That's really fucked up. It's I have a
Absolutely.
disability.
Right.
That's no excuse, but this is the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And to me, like, I don't know, I felt when people were like, "Oh, it's his disability." I was like, "He's not stupid." Like, he knows what he's saying, and, like, he even in one of his statements was like, "Oh, yeah, like, I know the history and the context of that word."
But
So,
still failed to
like,
apologize.
yeah, and I was just sitting here like, I think it's ableist of some of you guys saying that, like, are kind of putting this, well, it's a mental disability, and it's like, no, he just
It's
shouts
not a
out
mental
words.
disability. It's
Yeah,
not a
and he
mental
shouts out
disability.
it's a neurological, I think, but
Mhm,
and he just
mhm,
shouts out like words.
mhm.
So, yeah, that was like who a lot of people were showing their true colors, and it was just like, do you guys hear yourself right now?
Like I said, the way people are willing to just twist themselves into a pretzel to protect whiteness is
Yeah. Well, and I took a screenshot cuz I wanted to read what I think his name's John Davidson. Yeah, so he said, I wanted to thank BAFTA and everyone involved in the awards last night for their support and understanding and inviting me to attend the broadcast. I appreciated the announcement to the auditorium in advance of the recording, warning everyone that my tics are involuntary and are not a reflection of my personal beliefs. I was heartened by the round of applause that followed this announcement and felt welcomed and understood in an environment that would normally be impossible for me. In addition to the announcement by Alan Cumming, the BBC and BAFTA, I can only add that I am and always have been deeply mortified if anyone considers my involuntary tics to be intentional or to carry any meaning. I have spent my life trying to support and empower the Tourette's community and to teach empathy, kindness, and understanding from others, and I will continue to do so. I choose to leave the auditorium early into the ceremony as I was aware of the distress my tics were causing.
but no apology.
Right,
So
right.
I was aware that there was distress,
Uh-huh.
no apology for the distress caused.
Right, right.
Very, 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 very white.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
sounds about white.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was wild. So then I saw yesterday, I think it was last night, they had the NAACP awards
Yes.
and Dion Cole hosted, and I love Dion Cole. He's one of my favorite comedians. And he said that he just wanted to make sure that if anybody in the audience had Tourette's, that they were able to read the room because this is not going to turn out how you think it's going to turn out. Get your shit together.
Right.
And there were plenty of white people in the audience, but like, yeah, get your shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just like also, I don't know, hurtful, like watching Michael and Delroy like just kind of freeze in that moment and like not knowing what would be the right response.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
like just having to essentially dust it off your shoulders and keep going, or else of course the narrative would get twisted. I mean, it already
Mm-hmm.
has been like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
everyone is already more upset about how black people are reacting to being called a
Mm-hmm.
horrible dehumanizing
Mm-hmm.
slur, and it's like, well, you shouldn't act like that. I was like, excuse me.
How dare you be offended
Right, right.
by this
And
man's
then the
disability?
audacity for some, especially like white people, to be like, well, the black community uses it. And it's like, first of all, they are not using the hard ER. And I don't think as a white person, you get to say
It's any of
anything.
your business. It's
Yeah,
none of your business what the
about
Black community
them
does.
reclaiming
Yeah,
a word.
yeah. It's none of your business what Black people choose to do amongst themselves.
Yeah,
Worry about yourself.
right. And also, like, wild to me that, I feel like within the past decade, and not to say that it was ever okay as a word, but, the R word, like, you can't even say it, or, it can't be in a show or anything
Yeah,
anymore. And
they
it's like,
understand that. Yeah.
yeah, see how quickly we were able to, like, pull up on that word, but for some reason the N word just has to stay around.
Well, and I think it's always been and continues to be about making sure that Black people know their place in society. And it's
Mhm.
funny because I feel like I was just thinking about this the other day. I want to come back and talk and add Kanye into the chat too before we leave this topic. Um, but I was just thinking the other day how it feels like this era is very much like intentionally dragging us back 100 years because we were just getting too fucking close to being free. Like for real free, right?
Mhm.
So it's like we have to dial all this shit back, reprogram the children again. And I mean, obviously, there's still plenty of kids that are racist. Like every day, or at least several times a year, we're seeing videos and pictures of kids showing up to football games in blackface or, whatever. Like clearly, there's still racist children. But it just feels very much like they're like back to the drawing board and like really working hard on reprogramming white people around whiteness and racism and like how to perform. It just, I don't know, it feels very like intentionally, let's make sure Black people know their place in society.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
and it's always been that, but it just feels like really, really like tripling down and, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
I saw this on Twitter and I screenshot it because I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually brilliant. So let me, it had to do, it's Kanye. Um,
Was it like, because I was gonna bring up too, if this John Davidson person with Tourette's, if we can forgive him, right, for
mhm.
because he has Tourette's and it's a disability, well, then we can't really call Kanye anti-Semitic, right? Because he's bipolar.
Especially considering that I'm not defending Kanye having the Heil Hitler song and the swastika t-shirt. Like all of that is doing the most. But when he was explaining about his experience in the industry and how a certain ethnicity, is that an ethnicity? It's an ethnicity, right?
See, I'm always
I
confused
know it's a
because,
religion. I
yeah, I'm
know it's a
always like,
religion.
I know it's a religion, but like, I
We'll
don't,
say people from the blue and white country
a
because we don't
certain
want to get
demographic.
a certain demographic of people happen to be the people that he deals with on a day-to-day basis within his industry. They happen to be the people that control his industry, all of the money, all of the it nothing moves in that industry without a certain demographic of people's approval. He happened to notice it and say it out loud and people got mad and said he was anti-Semitic. And he's like, then he started being anti-Semitic after that. But the initial things that he was saying were not anti-Semitic. He was just
Right.
saying, like, this is what's going on. And
Mhm.
it's this certain demographic of people that are doing their thing. And they're
Mhm.
like, oh, that's anti-Semitic. And now,
Mhm.
and then he proceeded to be like, oh, okay, I'm anti-Semitic. Well, now here I am being anti-Semitic for real, for real.
Right, yeah. Well, I've always thought it was interesting that, yeah, us as Black people or brown people or Muslims or like anything different than,
Mhm.
yeah, white, Christian.
Mhm.
It's okay to generalize us, right? Like,
Mhm.
oh, well, all black people do this, or all Muslim
Mhm.
people are this way.
Mhm.
And
To
it's
say
like, but as
someone's
soon as,
talking black is a thing, but you don't hear people say talking Jewish. You don't hear
right,
people say talking,
right,
Yeah.
yeah, but as soon as you as a person of color bring up, yeah, a certain demographic, it's like,
Mhm.
how dare you? And yeah, you're being racist or anti-Semitic
Yeah.
or, and I don't know, like, I also think like cancel culture has really like, I don't know, necessarily say damaged, because some people needed to be canceled and like
Mhm.
needed to
Mhm.
go through all the extremes. But
Mhm.
like now, I almost feel like you can't even ask questions or else you'll be labeled as ableist or transphobic or,
Yeah.
anti something. And it's like,
Mhm.
I just genuinely wanted to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and you can also tell me no, and I'll, quit asking or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, we've just gotten to this point now where it's like, well, you can't even ask anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I really wanted to get this off about Kanye because it summed the BAFTA thing up for me really well. So the guy that tweeted this is Sai Ishaya, Ishaya is how you pronounce or is how you spell it. So it says the Kanye West comparison remains the best description to show this imbalance. He is a black man with a severe documented mental health condition, and when he made anti Semitic statements, the world collectively decided that his illness did not grant him a pass to spread hate. World leaders made statements. He was ostracized from a lot of his business deals. He lost millions of dollars, as he should. That's my add on. The nuance of his severe bipolar disorder was set aside in favor of the outrage from the Jewish community. Yet, when the roles are shifted and the perpetrator is a white man with a neurological condition, the nuance suddenly becomes the entire story. If an institution's first reflex is to explain away a slur rather than address the harm it caused, they aren't being inclusive. They are choosing to prioritize the social comfort of the person who spoke over the fundamental dignity of the people who were targeted. Look at how quickly people, mostly white, online rushed in to explain that he has Tourette's. Before anyone had even finished processing what happened, the conversation had already shifted to defending the speaker. It's not that the condition isn't real or relevant, it's that the instinct is to protect the speaker. It's that the instinct to protect the speaker seemed to arrive faster than the instinct to acknowledge the harm. Once it comes to black people, the emotional burden is by default expected to flip, so that the people who heard the slur are now expected to demonstrate empathy before their own reaction is even treated as legitimate. And he goes on to say other things, but like that was like just it for me. Like it was never about how the harm where the roots of this word and all of the harm attached to it has still never been addressed by this company or by this country. Like that harm is still ongoing to this day. And so to just expect for people to just blow it off and forgive when there's never even been like you haven't even asked for my forgiveness yet. Like we're still waiting on that, babes.
Right. Yep.
We're
Yep.
still waiting on that. So I don't know. It just pissed me off. It felt intentional to me. Like I said, why was there a microphone on the table that was on? And then I saw a Twitter user say that, like, in hindsight, that maybe even that was like an ableist thing because it was just like this table was for a disabled person and so that they put the microphone there and had it on so that like if the person that was sitting at the table was speaking and couldn't get to the microphone like that was their way of like addressing a disability, but that wasn't the disability that he had, right? So like
Right.
the microphone didn't even need to be there. It certainly didn't need to be on. And like Dee is saying here that BAFTA was pre-recorded. So they even had the opportunity to edit it out just like they did when people said free Palestine. Like the
Right.
fact that they edited out free Palestine, that like made my blood boil too. Like,
Mhm.
and is this so? I keep seeing the BBC attached to this. Is this the BBC, like the news station BBC?
Mhm.
Because they're one of the sources that I tend to trust. And so that was disheartening.
I'm pretty sure. I think it
Yeah.
is. I think so.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think because I got a statement. Was it from BAFTA? Yes. The statement from BAFTA was like, "At the BAFTA Film Awards last night, our guest heard very offensive language that carries incomparable trauma and pain for so many. We want to acknowledge the harm this has caused, address what happened, and apologize to all. One of our guests, John Davidson, has Tourette syndrome and has devoted his life to educating and campaigning for better understanding of this condition. Tourette syndrome causes involuntary verbal tics that the individual has no control over. Such tics are in no way a reflection of an individual's belief and are not intentional. John Davidson is an executive producer of the BAFTA nominated film I Swear, which is based on his life experience." So, like, and it goes on, but already we're like, well, wait a minute. Before you judge, let's tell you who he is.
Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
like, I kind of don't care. Like, where's the apology?
Literally don't care. The first thing out of your mouth should have been, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Hmm.
Here's what we're doing, like to fix it."
Right, right.
Because I mean, again, I'm just a hairstylist and nobody asked me. But if they were to maybe ask me about how we could make sure something like this didn't happen in the future, I would start with stop assuming that just because someone is disabled means that they can't walk. So you don't have to even put the microphone on the table in the first place. We can start
Well,
the
and
conversation.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's what has also been kind of annoying with some of these discussions, and people want to bring up like intersectionality and all that stuff, and it's like, well, any group that you have, right? Disabled, woman, gender non-binary,
Mhm.
whatever. And not to discredit any of those, but like, okay, well, imagine that and being black. And I bet in all of those different groups, there is racism going on to where, yeah, black and brown people in those own groups can't even get like
Mhm.
any
Mhm.
recognition.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Yeah.
also, that term was coined by a black woman.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating.
Yeah, no, it's maddening. Every day it's just like I have to just like breathe through it. I have to know that I'm not a religious person at all.
Mhm.
And but I have to assume that there's more to it than just like this pointless floating around on this rock putting up with all this disrespect from black and white people.
Mhm.
There's got to be more to it than that, right?
Mhm.
And so if there's more to it than that, and I like go down a rabbit hole, then the conclusion for me is always that in the end, we win. So I have to just breathe through it and like try to look for the like right now. What can I
Mhm.
do right now to like make things better?
Right.
Because I'm gonna put
Well,
my
like
hands
I
on
said, there
somebody.
was this white woman that was going around on multiple black people's Facebook posts, and she actually commented on your sister's post, and once I saw that, I was like, "I have to address because I'm just overseeing this." So your sister had said, "The way some of y'all white people wish you had Tourette's so you could say the N word without consequences is sending me. Intent versus impact. All that need to be said." And this white woman was like, apparently, black people with Tourette's also want to say it really bad because they agree that it wasn't intentional, a disability, and uncontrollable. He literally called everyone their derogatory names. Every person there could figure out it's a medical condition except the cast of sinners. It's almost like some people can't learn to be tolerant of someone's disability or existence. And then I
Wow.
was like, ah!
Did
So
my sister respond to her?
I don't know. Like I said, that woman had been going on multiple people. So, like,
You're gonna
your
make me get
sister's
on
a
Facebook
smart
later.
woman. What'd you say?
You're gonna make me get on Facebook just so I can see that.
Let me see. There's 26 comments. Um, no, your sister did not directly respond to her.
Mm.
And like I said, I mean, your sister's a smart woman. Like, if she
Mhm.
doesn't want to engage, she won't.
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
You're like me on the other hand.
Yeah, but I was like, "You know what? I'm over this." And so I tagged her in my status and I was like, "I've watched you go on to multiple black people's posts for days now, telling them how they should respond to the N-word. So let me be clear. No one is denying Tourette's exists because that was the thing too. No one's post that she was going under was saying that like Tourette's is fake. Like, no one was
Yeah.
denying that this man had a disability, first of all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, no one is saying involuntary tics aren't real. What we are saying is that the N word carries a specific violent history toward Black people. It was used to justify enslavement, lynching, segregation, and systemic dehumanization. Not all slurs carry equal historical weight, and pretending they do so is historically dishonest. Saying he said derogatory things to everyone does not neutralize that word. Harm does not disappear because multiple people were insulted. If the targeted group expresses harm, that is sufficient. Comparing this, oh, because she was like comparing Tourette's to seizures. Comparing this to a seizure is inaccurate, and I think it's pronounced coprolalia. It's another form of Tourette's, but, like, I think only 10% of people have it, and it's, I think, more severe
Mm. Okay.
than just, yeah, saying words.
Mhm.
Where'd it go? Oh, but the content of tics reflects language already present in someone's environment. That does not mean he chose the tick. It also does not make the impact imaginary. You keep centering intent. His statement said he was mortified if anyone considers my involuntary ticks to be intentional. That centers his intent and how he's perceived. It does not clearly say, I am sorry for the harm caused. There's a difference between I'm sorry you were offended and I'm sorry this caused harm. He also explicitly stated he understands the historical and modern significance of the word. So he knows its weight, yet the apology to Black people came only after backlash. That matters. uh Reclamation within the Black community is not the same as a white man publicly directing that word at Black presenters. Context matters, power matters, and history matters. And if we're going to talk intersectionality, let's talk about it honestly. Black disabled people do not receive the grace you're demanding here. Elijah McClain and Jordan Neely were Black men with mental health disability related vulnerabilities. They were not met with the understanding, they were met with violence. So invoking disability only when it protects a white man while dismissing Black harm is selective. What you are doing is reframing Black anger as fragility and policing how Black people respond to anti-Black harm. That is not advocacy, that is tone policing. Two things can coexist. Tourette's is real and not chosen, and the N word causes real harm. Acknowledging the second does not erase the first. If your concern is disability rights, direct your energy toward institutions and production safeguards. Stop telling Black people how to feel about a slur historically used to dehumanize them.
Period.
Cause like,
Period.
shut up.
Did she respond to you?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Of course she did.
And it was I think I stopped reading halfway through because I was like, girl, you're not even listening.
Yeah.
And then yeah, she like of course said that I was being the problem.
Of
So
course. Of course. Of course.
I was like, you're done talking to my friends that way.
That's good stuff. Yeah, and it's like you just don't want to know. Like, just say that you don't give a fuck, whiteness above everything, and
Right.
like just say that. Like you're wasting all these
Yes.
words when you literally could just say whiteness over everything. And I would have
Literally.
just shut the fuck up and blocked you.
Mhm. Mhm. And I feel like I don't know, to see that again happen to like Delroy and Michael, it kind of reminded me of what was that, the Oscars when Moonlight was supposed to win Best Picture or
Mhm.
whatever award they were winning, and the presenter up there like said the wrong movie. And so the whole cast of La La Land is up on stage, like, yeah, about to say like thank you and all this stuff. When someone literally runs out behind the curtain, they're like, hey, this
Yeah,
is
you didn't
wrong.
win. Why did they
Moonlight.
say the wrong word? Why did they like that had to be intentional, right?
I, I hey, I think so.
What?
And I
This
mean,
is
it
yeah.
was two older white people, so like I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah,
Wow.
so this guy like comes running out and he's like, "Sorry, like this is wrong. Like Moonlight actually won." And everyone thinks it's a joke. And everyone's like, "Oh," and he's like, "No, I'm being serious. Like
Get
Moonlight,
the
please
fuck
come
off
up
the
here."
stage.
Yeah. And it was just like, wow, what was supposed to be like cuz Moonlight is one
Wow.
of my favorite movies. Like
Is it a
fantastic.
movie? Not a
Yes.
series? And that's the one that's very like black male gay centered, yeah?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. It's on my list. I've just never watched it, but I always hear about how fire it is. I
It's so
always hear
good.
about like the lighting on it is magnificent.
Yes. Mhm. It's
Um,
amazing.
yeah. No, I've
And
heard
yeah,
it's really good.
and just for that moment to be, like, ruined.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, again, with the BAFTA awards, here you have Delroy and Michael B. Jordan, who, like, by themselves are, like, very well known, right? Like, both have given great work,
Mhm.
very well known, in the acting community. And it's like, and they were a part of the biggest movie of 2025. And it's like, and all that for it to be ruined.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
then
that I think
told
that's what it
that,
boils down to. Like, I feel like you're just hating. You're
right,
just
exactly.
hating.
And then
And I
being
love like
told like
Ryan
you can't
Coogler.
react.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
And then being told like you can't react to it.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.
Like,
And
what?
I just love Ryan Coogler. I hope he does win the Oscar. I love him because he's so Compton.
Yes.
He's so Compton. I love it.
He's amazing.
And I don't put a lot of stock in the awards. So like if they don't win, I won't be shocked. And also it doesn't change the fact that literally everybody says that it deserves the awards.
Mhm.
So whether it wins or not, I feel like is beside the point, but they should win and he should get to go up there and be so Compton.
I
Like,
was
and
like, the only movie that I will be, like, satisfied with winning over Sinners is K-pop Demon Hunters, because those were the only 2 movies I heard about last year. So,
uh-huh,
like, if
uh-huh.
Sinners ain't the winner, it better be fucking
It
K-pop
better
Demon
be that.
Hunters, or I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause get it
Crazy.
together,
Get it
Academy.
together. Yeah. And like I said, I just feel like they are really just intent on putting us in our place, because one thing about Black people, that's why they spend so much time trying to keep us out of shit. Because when you let us in, we're going to master and take over and be the best at it immediately. Like,
Mhm.
not years down the road, like immediately.
Immediately.
So they're
Mhm.
like, just don't let him in.
Right,
Just don't
and I
let him
think
in.
too that's another reason why Sinners is such a big deal, because the actor that played Preacher Boy, that's his first movie.
Amazing. Amazing.
And like in all of his speeches that I've seen, like he's just been very grateful to Ryan for even giving him the opportunity.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And it's like, oh wow. And I've always thought too, not that I don't know the actors, like, how he grew up or anything, so I don't wanna, like, put this on him, but I've heard, like, how much art is trapped in poverty, and, like, I
Mm.
think about that all the time, like, how much you don't get to see because they just don't have access.
And again, it's that keeping people out on purpose.
Uh-huh.
It's keeping people out on purpose.
Mhm.
Because yeah, we cannot let you be like exist at your full potential, because no one will give a fuck about what we're doing.
Mhm.
No one will ever
Mhm.
look at us again.
Right.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, I understand why they do it. Well, you're like, y'all are just some haters. You can just come and like sit in our glow. It's fine.
You know what I find really annoying is, like, yeah, y'all hate us all day, but you will take anything that we make and try to
Mhm,
flip it and call it your own. Like,
mhm.
if you really hate black and brown people that much, well, stop using everything that they've ever invented.
Yeah. Well,
I
but they
suggest you
can't.
start
Yeah,
making everything.
they literally can't. They
Like,
literally can't. Yeah.
and I've always hated, like, well, black people are just lazy. And it's like, who built this fucking country, bitch?
I just passed on a t-shirt. I saw a t-shirt that had, I don't remember what the picture was, but the quote was like something to the effect of like, um, something about accused of being lazy ever since we stopped working for free, you know? Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I didn't get it, but I definitely like eyeballed it for a long time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and I always think like I've always grown up in like pretty predominantly white communities. And I remember at beauty school, and I'm still friends with her. If anything, she's become like more of my like woke white friends.
Mhm.
And we all have like dark sense of humor and all that stuff. And I remember one time, she's pretty pale. Like I think she's pretty European. And she said something about like, "Oh, you're getting darker," or something like that, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, like, been out in the sun," and she, like, put her arm up next to mine. She's like, "You know why I'm so pale?" And I was like, "Why?" And she was like, "'Cause my ancestors were, like, under the umbrellas watching your ancestors in the field," and I was like, "But, like, low key,
Mhm. No, she's not lying.
yeah, you're not
Dead
wrong."
not wrong.
But I was like, "Damn, you clocked
Not
me."
wrong. Not wrong. Well, but at least she didn't put her arm up next to you and announce that how she was gonna be darker than you by the end of the summer. That just really pisses me off when, like,
Yeah,
people
nope,
say
she couldn't do that.
that.
Not do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that always I was like, damn, like we're under some umbrellas for
You're
sure.
not
You're
wrong.
not
If
wrong.
they were even under the umbrella, they were probably in the house watching from the
Mhm.
window.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I don't feel no type of way. You can think I'm lazy all you want. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. What you think about me is none of my business,
Mhm.
honestly. I don't think about you at all.
Right. I like to say that I live by the 3 Fs. Unless you're fucking me, feeding me, or funding me, you
Mm,
don't get a say.
Get out my business.
So,
Get out my business.
literally.
Not we spent a whole hour on BAFTA. That's funny. No,
I
but for
figured
real
we
though.
would.
Yeah, that was a
'Cause,
lot.
yeah, I feel like it is one of those subjects where it's like, well, you can't talk about it with everyone because then they're gonna say you're fucking ableist. And then it's like, with some people, they feel like they can't even react to it because this is just an everyday occurrence.
Yeah. I don't remember who I was talking to recently in my chair. I don't remember who I was talking to or even what we were talking about. I just remember that I felt really misunderstood. And it was like the more I tried to explain myself, the worse it sounded. So I just gave up. And it
Yeah.
was basically like, I was just saying something to the effect of how I find myself suppressing my emotions
Yeah.
often
Mhm.
because I'm people already think like I haven't even opened my mouth and you already think I'm the angry black woman. So I have
Mhm.
to off the bat, I feel like I have to not be the angry black woman. Even though I am, I'm fucking mad.
Right. Mhm.
Right? And like I said, whoever I was talking to, like it just was not coming out right. And I felt like that they were taking it like that I'm like because I don't even feel like I'm suppressing who I am. I feel like I'm protecting myself when I do that. Like I
Mhm.
just don't I want to do what I need to do. I'm already an introvert. I don't even want to be out here talking to y'all in the first place.
Right.
So I'm here, fine. I just want to do what I need to do with the least amount of stress possible, carry my ass back home. Like
Mhm.
that's it. I don't want to
Yeah.
have to argue with nobody. I definitely don't want to have
Right.
to put my hands on nobody. You know what I mean? And so
Yes.
it was really that energy. It's not like that I'm twisting myself like to conform to society. You know, like it's not that.
Yeah.
It's just I don't fuck with y'all like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, I like I said, it just felt I just was feeling more and more understood and finally I'm just like, whatever. Just think what you think
Yeah.
about it's fine.
I've definitely had a few situations like that myself because, I mean, we've talked about it on here. Like, I will always use she, her pronouns with her and call her by the name that she has chosen. But with Caitlyn Jenner, I'm like, I don't know. Did you want to be a woman or did you just like dressing up as a woman? Both okay.
Both are fine, but the energy is very, very white male centric.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yes. Hmm.
But yeah, I
Well, and
mean,
I was just talking with one of my clients the other day about that. Um, and I was saying how, like, to my knowledge, Caitlyn didn't want to have bottom surgery.
mm,
Um, and like, that's her choice. Like, do what you do. But I was like trying to picture, okay, if I were born a male and like all my life have thought that I was a woman, and then I was in the financial uh stability to where like I mean, she got her breasts done, she's gotten her Adam's apple shaved down, she's gotten like the facial reconstructing
mhm,
surgery. I would assume that she was taking like estrogen. Um, and I'm again putting myself in her shoes. If I'm doing all that, but then when I look into the mirror, and I see a penis, I think that would, like, I don't know, that for me, again, as a born cis woman right now, like, I
Mhm.
feel like that would give me body dysmorphia.
Mhm. You would think.
And what'd you say?
I would think, like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the whole thing is
and
if you're trans, you feel like you were born in the wrong body with the wrong genitalia, yeah. I
yeah.
actually have a trans client, she was just in yesterday. She had bottom surgery, last year.
Mhm.
She's still sitting on that little donut. She brought her donut with her to her
Yeah,
appointment yesterday, and she's just a kid in she's actually just took whatever test that she could go to medical school, but, like, she's a student. But, like, it was
yeah.
that serious to her that she was just like, "I
Yeah.
can't live in this body." Yeah,
Right, right,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and again, I who am I to tell anyone how they should live their life? And I think too, like, when it involves children, like, that's completely different, right? Like, we
Mhm,
should not be asking children, like, what they got going on in their pants.
mhm,
But when it comes to adults, I guess for me, like, my first experience with a trans person was at college, and his
mhm,
name is Ryan Salins, and he, like, came in, and told us his whole, like, journey.
mhm, mhm,
And one of the things that I found fascinating was he's a trans man, and, he essentially, like, built his penis, and he
mhm,
was saying how they took skin from his arm to, like,
mhm,
construct it, and
mhm.
now whenever he, like, gets turned on, or aroused, he can feel a tingle
That's
in his
wild.
arm.
Yeah, I've heard that
Yes!
before too. I've heard that before too.
Yeah, and, like,
Yeah.
I find that fascinating.
No,
Like,
that
I
is
think I
fascinating.
think we should talk about that more. Like, I don't
Yeah,
really care what you got going on in your pants,
yeah.
but, like, I
No,
I
it is
do
fascinating.
I find the science, I guess, behind it kind of interesting.
Yeah. I
But
follow several trans men on different socials just because well, first of all, because I want to know things, right? Like
mhm,
if you don't seek the knowledge, like you won't know, you
yeah,
know. And I want
yeah,
to find and I want to hear it from people who are experiencing it. Yeah,
yes,
stuff like that is fascinating. I
exactly,
agree. I
yeah.
agree.
And I remember I've had 2 close friends of mine go through transition, and, um the one, he was getting really close to another trans man who had top surgery, and I remember, when I was hanging out with my friend, I asked, I was like, "Oh, has so and so, like, had bottom surgery?" Just because, again, I was more curious about the process, not,
Mhm.
like, what
Mhm.
their fucking dick size was, you know?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I remember my friend, like, kinda was like, "Well, I don't know, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell you that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, like, my bad." And I just silly me, thought that, like, me and my friend were close enough to where
Mhm.
and again, like, I could understand if I was being a weirdo about it, but I
Yeah,
was literally like, "No, I was just kinda curious about the whole process," like,
yeah,
not again, I'm not trying to see his penis, like
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a cousin who is trans, and he had top surgery a couple of years ago.
Mhm,
And he was living in Atlanta and he lives alone. And so he had asked me, like, he wanted me to help him with the dressing because,
mhm.
it's first of all, lifting your arms after top surgery is probably a lot, but
Yeah,
also like it's awkward to get to, right? So he was just asking if I would help him with the dressing. And first of all, I felt honored that he would trust me with that.
yeah,
Um, and also, yeah, like it's I don't want to say it's interesting, not like you're some kind of science experiment or like some
right,
person in a zoo or whatever,
yeah,
but like it's just another life experience that I haven't experienced, won't ever experience. But like I like hearing about other people's stories and like what
Yeah,
makes us uniquely us and
absolutely.
the trials and tribulations and the successes and celebrations
Right.
and I want to hear it all. And so as a trans person, that's part of your journey. I want to hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But and I wouldn't
Well,
ask someone that I wasn't close with, but if you share that with me, then I feel like now I can ask additional questions. Like, now I have more questions.
right, mhm,
So, yeah, I
absolutely.
haven't asked. I was trying to wait. My client who, had the surgery last year, I wanna say she had I wanna say it was, like, around Thanksgiving, so it's been a long time. I'm like, "Damn, she's still sitting on that donut? That's crazy."
Like
Um,
Thanksgiving 2025?
yeah.
I mean, if you think about it though, it's kind of an invasive surgery. Like,
But I have so many questions, but I feel like I wanna wait for her to fully heal before I just
oh
start
yeah.
digging in. And, like,
Yeah.
when she came yesterday, her mom was with her. Their whole family is, like, going through a whole transition, like, the parents are getting divorced and mom just bought a house. Like, there's a lot going on. And
Mm,
so mom was with her, and even though mom knows she had the surgery, I still who wants to talk about their genitals with their mom sitting right there? You know what I
right.
mean? So
Yeah.
but no, I'm totally asking all the questions when I get an opportunity
Yeah.
to.
Well, and I'll never I had an older trans woman guest, and I was asking her like whenever she kind of like came out, because she didn't come out till like her 60s. And
Mm,
she was married, she has kids. Um and when she came out, I think I asked her, I was like, did you lose a lot of your like male friends when
mhm,
you like came out? And she was like, yeah, there were a few. And she was talking about her best friend. And I found this pretty interesting. She was like, when I told him, I was really shocked by his response because he wasn't accepting. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that sucks. But she was saying, and she was like, but I thought he would have been because whenever she was still male presenting, they used to ride motorcycles together. And her best friend at the time, like, asked her, uh, essentially, like, would you ever let another man, like, suck your dick? Or, like, have you ever had the urge to, like, suck a guy's dick?
what?
Yeah, yeah,
And these are 2 straight men having this conversation?
uh-huh, at the time,
Okay.
yep. And so, I asked her, I was like, "Do you think, like, whenever you came out as trans, like, that kinda scared him a little bit because, like, he was vulnerable, quote, unquote, when, you were a male and you guys were talking about, like, sucking each other's
Mm.
dicks?" And she was like, "I don't know, like, what would make him, I
Yeah,
don't know, not trust." And
yeah.
I was thinking, like, I think he got turned on and, like, didn't know.
And it scared him.
Yeah, like, I don't think he could trust himself to then be alone with you.
But you were just talking about sucking his dick, like, not that long ago. So, like, relax. What?
Yeah. I was like, "Wow."
Wow. And this is a client?
Mhm.
I always say, I don't know what it is about when you start massaging somebody's head, the stuff that comes out of people's mouths, like the things that people tell you.
Oh, well, I will say, I tell all my clients, like, TMI means tell me immediately, and
Yes,
I do say, as long as everyone's of age and it's all consensual, like, you can literally tell me anything and everything, and Imma eat it up.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Yeah. And my motto has always been what's said in the chair stays in the chair. So and
Exactly.
that's not to say that I won't repeat the story. I might repeat the story, but whoever I'm repeating it to doesn't know you. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna use your name or any personally identifying details. Like, it's just gonna be
Mhm.
like, "Just listen to this crazy shit I heard today."
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
'Cause I have heard some crazy
Mhm.
stuff.
Yes. What do you think is the wildest thing anyone's ever said to you in the show?
Hmm. I can think of 2. There was one client I had where she was also an actress, so she would fly out to, like, California and stuff, and she was saying that was she buying weed from this person out there? I don't know, essentially, like, she became friends with someone, and that person's a dominatrix,
Mm.
and so she went over to her house. Yeah, because she was buying weed from her. So she went over to her house and she was just kind of like waiting around. But she was noticing like this guy was there. And like he kind of like waited on them. And then as he was like done getting their drinks, he came out and like went on all fours. And the dominatrix like used him as a footrest as
Uh,
she's having like a normal conversation with my client. And yeah, and so I think my client was like waiting on an Uber and it was just going to be too long. So the dominatrix was like, well, not a problem. Like, my guy can just drive you. And my client was kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know him. And she
yeah.
was like, it's fine. Like, I'll come. But this was the crazy part. So my friend had to go, or my client had to go to the bathroom, and she was on her period. And so I think she asked, like, "Do you have a tampon or something?" And so the dominatrix gave her one, but told her, she was like, "Don't throw your used one away. Leave it on the counter in the bathroom." And so she does, and that fucking man comes back with the tampon in his mouth.
I am
Also
gonna throw up.
drove her with it in his mouth the entire
That is
time.
fucking disgusting.
So, that was a pretty wild story
That
in
is
my
a
opinion.
I could not even come close.
I thought that was pretty crazy.
That is insane. And the way I would have had all this like, bleh.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh my gosh."
What? That is
Yeah.
disgusting. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Uh-huh.
insane.
And then the other one, not as funny or entertaining, kind of sad, but also I was like, I feel like this is a TV show. This woman came in, it had been like months and she like really gotten anything done. And I could just tell like Babes was going through something. And I was like,
Mm.
are you good? Like, do you want to talk about anything? And she was like, she had been married for like 20 something years, just found out that her husband was like cheating on her and wants to separate, but also like gambled all their fucking money away. Mhm. Mhm. And I really think she was like contemplating something in my chair cuz I was like, I think I told her, I was like, I support you either way. If he disappears, I don't know what you got to do to like get your money back, but like whatever
Yeah.
you decide, I support you either way.
Yeah.
And it just like I still think about her because like I haven't seen anyone like so there's been like a handful of people where I've seen that were like physically broken, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and it I just felt for her. I was like, oh my God. I think I ended up
Wow.
giving her like a free haircut. I was like, it's on me,
Yeah.
girl.
Like, this is the least of your concerns
The
today.
least of your concerns, babe. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I'd say those are my 2 very on different ends of the spectrum, but, like, those are the most
Driving
probably
me home with
scarier.
my tampon hanging out of your mouth is the craziest thing I probably will ever hear in my life,
Yeah,
honestly.
you're welcome. You are
I
welcome.
cannot imagine ever hearing anything wilder than that.
I say all the time, like, "Where are the cameras?" The
Yeah,
shit that has
this can't be
happened
real.
to
Yeah.
me or, like, that I have heard, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Wow."
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find a sticker that says TMI means tell me immediately.
Yeah,
I love
that's my
that.
favorite.
Very cute.
What about you? What's, like, the craziest?
I mean, I don't even know that it's something that someone's told me, but I definitely had this client in Indiana that I'm convinced that he killed his wife and his girlfriend. Um,
Ooh.
like I'm convinced that he did. When I met him, he was married and he had 3 children.
Mhm.
And the kids were like, I think the kids were all in high school when I met him. And he was married and his wife was dying of cancer allegedly. And she ended up dying. And like within weeks, he called me and wanted to know if he could. He had this friend that he wanted to bring in. She was going to get her hair colored. Well, then that became 2 friends that were coming in to get their hair colored, both women. So I'm like, sure. So they came in together. It was not long after I had opened my own salon. So, like, yes, please bring them.
Right.
Um, and so I am just trying to make conversation. Like I said, I'm an introvert. So I really prefer for my clients to do the majority of the talking anyway. But
Yeah.
like I'm gonna get the conversation started, right? So I'm like, so like, how do you guys know this person? We'll call him George. How do you guys know George? And it got really quiet and really awkward. And long story short, he was seeing them both. One of them was his wife's nurse, and the other, I don't remember who she was, but anyway, it was a whole love triangle. And um he ended up taking insurance out on one of them, and then she popped up. She just like popped up dead one day. It was crazy. So I'm convinced that he killed them both, and thank God the other one got away from him.
Was his last name Peterson?
No, girl.
Mm. I was about to say, because you gotta be careful with them.
Yeah, the Petersons, boy, there is a long line of Petersons who are wife killers. That is a thing.
Yes.
No, and he was a black guy, so that was weird to me because I feel like,
Mm,
I mean, not that black men can't be murderers. Black men have certainly killed their share of women in
yeah.
domestic relationships, but yeah, it was just weird. It was weird. I'm convinced he, because you're not even married to the girlfriend. Why do you have a life insurance policy on her at all?
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and then for her to just like pop up dead, like, and she wasn't even sick, and then all of a sudden she's dead. I don't know. It was weird. So that wasn't anything that anyone told me. That was just what my brain deduced based on the things that were happening in my presence. And so the
Mm-mm-mm.
other woman, she eventually got away from him, and I did her hair all the way up until I moved to Georgia. And she still reaches out to me every once in a blue moon, but
Mhm.
yeah.
I guess another story, I don't know if it's crazy, but it was definitely sad. Like, have you ever had a client that's like clearly being abused by their spouse?
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's
Mhm.
just that's always
Yeah.
I remember I
I
was doing when I worked at the one salon, we had to do nails. So I was doing this woman's nails and she saw one of the other stylists do her hair. And I was doing her nails. I was like, "Oh, like what do you have going on today?" And she was like, "Oh, I think I'm going to go see the Ocean's 8 movie, like the one with the all women." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like that I've heard it was good." And I think I asked, I was like, "Are you going by yourself or is your husband going?" And she was like, "Oh no, he doesn't really like movies like that." And I was like action movies or like
Mhm.
and she was like, No, like, he doesn't really like movies where, like, women are, like, in power or, like, charged like
Oh,
that. And I was
oh.
like, "Oh, interesting." And mind you,
Uh-huh.
she's, like, 70s.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I was like, "Okay, that was weird." And so I was looking through her history and I found out which stylist she sees. And so I went up to that stylist, I was like, "Hey, what's going on with, that
Yeah.
client?" I was like, "Does her husband, like, beat her?" And she was like, "She's never said anything, but there was one time where, like, she came in to get her hair done, and she wanted something, like, kinda completely different." I think because she had, like, hair, like, probably down to here. I mean,
Mhm.
she's older, so, like, sometimes it's hard for them to take care of long hair like that. And
Mhm.
so she like came in one day and was like, "I want to like go short, like give me a bob." And so
Mhm.
she did, and like then she didn't see her for like her normal hair appointments, and like the one she came in and she was like, and the stylist said she noticed she had some bruising, and she was like, "Hey, so if I ever want to do something crazy with my hair, like don't just tell me no."
Oh,
Yeah. And I was
okay.
like,
I did have a child say to their parents. So I don't know if you're a member of like the Professional Beauty Association, but they have a not-for-profit branch of the PBA called Cut It Out. And
mhm,
what Cut It Out does is it like trains hairstylists to recognize the signs of people being abused. Like we're in a unique position to recognize it and to be able to offer resources where, because
mhm.
sometimes when people are in an abusive relationship, they're not always allowed to like go anywhere where their husband's not there or, whatever.
Right.
So as a part of that, they have these little cards. They're just like little like pocket size, wallet size, like trifold cards that have
Mhm.
like resources and things on them. And I stored them in the bathroom so that like because even if your husband's here sitting in the lobby, if you go to the bathroom, he's not in the bathroom with you. You know what I mean?
Right. Mhm.
So I'm doing this woman's hair and she brought her child with her. And the child, and at this point, I don't even suspect anything. And the child goes to the restroom and comes back with that card and handed the card to the mom. And the
Mm.
mom was like, "Oh, he," and try to like blow it off. And the daughter was like, "No, you need to call." And she's like, "Oh no, he's just tried to blow it off." And the baby was like,
Right.
"Mm-mm." The baby was not going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I actually have a client right now who I've done her hair for several years, but I actually just did her hair this past week. And the last two times she's been in, her boyfriend came in with her, and her appointment is minimum 4 hours. She has like a natural level 3 hair, and she likes to be like white like a sheet of paper. She's platinum.
Mm.
And then yeah, so her appointment's a minimum 4-hour appointment, and he literally comes and sits in the room. He doesn't say a word, sits in the room the entire time. And so the first time he came in, and it was just like really awkward. But he must have left the room to go to the bathroom or something. And I asked her, like, "Are you okay? Like, do I
Mhm.
need to," you know what I mean? And she said,
Yeah.
"No, it was fine." She said, "No, it was fine. That's her man, and whatever." And so then he came with her again this time, and I mean that's fine, but I still think it's weird. Like,
Mhm.
you don't have somewhere you want to go hang out for 4 hours while your girl gets her hair done. Like, it's just weird.
Right.
It
Yeah.
feels controlling. It feels like you're trying to like control like what she's talking
Mhm.
about. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess a lot of my clients, whenever their partners come, a lot of times their partners just stay in the car. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like where do you think she's gonna go?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I guess, yes, if it is like a situation like that, sure, she could call an Uber. But a lot of times I'm like, and I tell the girls, I'm like, they can come in like and
Yeah.
sit here and like join in the conversation or something. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, like he doesn't want to. And I'm like, that's weird. Like,
Yeah. It
do
is
you
weird.
go with his friends and like if you're not conversing, like you just sit there and
Yeah.
watch?
Yeah. I'm always like, my husband would not, even if I wanted him to go, he just would not go. Like, for what?
Right.
Nah, I'll be
Right.
right here. Or he might take me and drop me off and be like,
Mhm.
give me a heads up and I'll come back and pick you up. But to just come and sit in the salon for 4 hours or sit in the parking lot while I get my hair to, like, for what? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, men do it all the time. I would say I'm really grateful for my husband and I both have always been very independent people. Like, we enjoy being married to each other. Like, I always say, is my best friend. I really like him as a person, but also I really like myself and spending quality time with myself. And like, I don't
Yeah.
want you in my face all the time. Get
Right.
the fuck on somewhere, bro.
Yes. Yes. Like, we don't have to be connected at the hip 24/7.
No, I need to keep my autonomy. Like, if you want to still like me tomorrow, you need to give me some space.
Right. Mhm.
And it's funny because I literally have on a T-shirt right now that says, "I need space." Give me some fucking space.
I've always been told I'm like a cat, like, if I want attention, I will come to you and you can give me
Mhm.
attention.
And
But
you're going to give me attention.
and you will give me attention. Yeah. But when I'm done, we're done. Yeah, like, you stay over there.
Yeah,
I'll approach when necessary.
absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely same. I've often said that if it ever comes to be known that reincarnation is real, coming back as a cat for sure.
Hell yeah.
I have the best life.
I always joke that I'm like, I always wanna come back as one of my pets because my
Mhm.
pets have it fucking made.
Mhm. Yep. And I want to be a cat specifically. I want to like take naps in the sun and like
Yes.
look down my nose at the peasants.
Literally, literally.
Yeah.
Like, "Yeah, you clean my shit out of that box.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat my tartar."
Mhm. Yep, absolutely. I don't know why that just reminded me of I have this client here. I really enjoy her. She's this Jewish woman, but she's very anti-Zionist, very anti-white supremacy,
Hell yeah.
loudly and proudly, right? So I
Mhm,
love spending time with her. So I told you the area that we live in is very red.
mhm.
And well, the area that I live in, I think, is becoming more mixed. I don't know, I would have to look, but I would think it's maybe becoming more purple. But the area my salon is in is very much red.
Mhm.
Um, and anyway, so she was telling me about how she had joined a book club and she got kicked out of the book club because she keeps giving white people the blues in the damn book club. But she was telling me about her last meeting at the book club and how this lady had made like whatever book they were reading, but one of the women at the club was saying how, I mean, come on, like nobody wants to be black. Like, this is an offhanded remark that she made, or no one, maybe she said, yeah, she must have said nobody wants to be black. And so she's like telling me that. And so this conversation we're having about the cat just reminded me of it because I said, she must not know any black people.
Right.
Like that, tell me you don't know any black people without telling me you don't know any black people. Because
Mhm.
I'm like, despite all of the shit that we get from racist ass white people in this racist ass country, I would be black in every lifetime. If I ever come
Agreed.
back and I'm white, I will be pissed. I will unalive myself probably. Like, no, thank you. I want to be black in
Mhm.
every lifetime for sure.
Agreed. Samesies.
So, yeah. I could tell, girl, you don't know any black people. And she was like, basically, it was at that moment that she knew that she was going to have to start her own damn book club. So I think she was trying to invite me to her book club at her last appointment, but she didn't directly invite me, so I didn't tell her no yet.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
I'm not gonna go.
Mm, 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 mm,
Because I
mm.
feel like even as loudly and proudly anti-Zionist and anti-white supremacy as you are, it's still like whiteness is still whiteness, right? Like I still feel like you're gonna piss me off. And
Yep.
I just don't have the grace anymore that I used to have. I used to have so much
Yeah.
grace, and I just don't. I'm tired and grumpy.
100%.
Yeah.
Do not blame you whatsoever.
Mhm. I know we've done quite a bit of talking salon culture today. But I saw that you put was it you? It was you that put hair and professionalism, right?
Mhm.
I wanted to touch on that. Can we get to that? I know
Yeah.
we're in the last, quarter of the show at this point, but
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I kind of brought it up because that figure skater Alyssa,
mm,
like I think from what I've seen there's been a lot of topic of discussion of like, yeah, hair and professionalism, and the Crown Act isn't passed in all states either. So like I'm going to be very curious to see how this shift changes, because what I can see happening and what I've already kind of seen is like, you can have funky colors, raccoon stripes and all this stuff, but like black people can't have their natural hair or braids, or if they wear a colored wig, well, that looks ghetto, but here you have fucking raccoon tails and that's
it's
fucking hip and
eccentric.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah.
and I did see there was a stylist that posted a video and the caption was like, "Oh, hair can't be professional." And she posted her work and like like the clients' professions, and like some were doctors, some were therapists, some were teachers, and like all this stuff. And now I'm thinking about, didn't see a black person in that video, but
Mm, mm,
you
mm,
know.
mhm.
But yeah, I'm very curious to see what's gonna be allowed and not allowed with this. I don't know what you would call it. Color
Yeah.
change.
Yeah. We have that conversation in my shop all the time because I like if there's one service that I could do every single day and like be do it for free if money wasn't an object, it would be hair color and vivid specifically. And so we have that conversation about around professionalism all the time because I'm constantly like sliding it in there. I mean, we could do a little peekaboo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people will say, well, no, my job would never, or like, whatever, whatever about being judged. And I'm like, I just find that so fascinating because some of the most conservative looking people in this country are also fucking child fuckers. And like
Okay.
are stealing people's pensions and like they're some of the biggest, can't be trusted people in the country, but God forbid somebody have a little sliver of blue in their hair.
A little flair.
Little razzle dazzle, that's too much. But
Mhm.
you have your little, fade on the sides and go fuck kids, that's fine.
Right. I have one client and he was so cute, and he's white, but he has pretty curly hair, and he would just allow it to grow out. And like, don't get me wrong, he has good hair, but I was like, please let me fade this. Like, please
Mhm.
let me fade this. And he'd be
Mhm.
like, no, like I don't want, and he's young, like he's 24, and he
Mhm.
was like talking about how it wouldn't look professional. I was like, how would it not look professional? And he was like, well, no one that I work with has like a faded haircut. Like none of the men I work with. And I was like, be a trendsetter.
Yeah.
Also, you're fucking 24.
He's 24, bro.
Who
Yeah.
cares if the 45-year-old with like a
Yeah.
20-year-old child doesn't have a fade haircut?
I really need for these kids to step outside the box.
Literally. And I
We
even have a
can't be
17-year-old that like won't let me fade his hair, and I'm like, "Why?"
yeah.
And like it
That's
also gets frustrating cuz their biggest complaint will be like, "It just grows so fast." You know
all the
why?
more reason
Cuz
to cut it
you
shorter.
don't let me cut it shorter.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, "Listen, if you want to come in here every month because you like me, I get it, but like I'm trying to answer
Yeah.
the questions that you continue to come to me about."
Yeah.
And you don't want
Yeah.
to listen.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. You did all you could do.
Yeah, I say all the time, like, I don't talk just to hear myself speak. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I just was telling a client the other day because she's just like, would you tell me if I ever asked you for something that you didn't think would look good? I'm like, absolutely. Like, I feel like that's my job. That's why
yeah,
you pay me for me
right,
to be like, yeah, girl, no, we're not doing
right.
that. Now, at the end of the day, like, I'm going to tell you what I think. And then if you're like, yeah, I don't care, I want you to do it anyway, then that's on you. Now, I have gotten to the stage in my career where there's certain things that I just won't do. Like if I think that it's going to melt your hair off, back in the day, I would tell you your hair is going to melt off and you're like, I don't care, do it anyway. I would have you sign a waiver and do it anyway.
Right.
And then if your shit burns off, that's on you because I already told you.
Mhm.
But I definitely have gotten to the stage now where no, I'm not even going to have you sign a waiver. Just get somebody else to do it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yep.
spend all my time here, burn it off. Because what I know for sure is when you leave here, you're not gonna tell them that I told you that your hair was gonna burn off and made you sign a waiver.
They never
You're just
do.
gonna say, "This hairstylist burnt my hair off." Like, nah, just get
Mhm.
somebody else to do it, babes.
Right. That's why I was saying, like, we need us as hairstylists need like our own like crazy client forum. Like anytime you've experienced like a client that yeah, didn't listen to you, or wanted something so you gave it to them, but because they didn't look like Kim Kardashian, then they went on and like left a review, like just post and be like, "So I had this client. This is the full story. So if she goes to any of you guys, good luck."
Mhm. No, that is a brilliant idea, and I low key feel like I just came up with a way to do it.
Perfect.
I'm like, let me write this down while I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Cause
Crazy.
yeah, you're not gonna ruin my 10-year long career, especially nowadays, right? Cause like we were talking with cancel culture, like I can't tell you how many clients I've seen go viral, and then like people just go and attack the hairstylist with no
Oh my god.
information. And it's like, well, now that person doesn't have a job anymore. Or
Yes.
yeah.
Have you seen the one? It's from a couple of weeks ago. It's a black woman who specializes in natural hair, and I guess she went viral because oh, excuse me, she's posting her consultations. And so she's having the consultation with this woman, and I guess the woman's hair, like it's her first visit, and the woman's hair is really damaged. This is her first time in the salon in 15 years. Um, and the hair is really damaged. And so, from what I took from it, because I didn't go back and watch it, I watched like somebody give commentary on it on YouTube. right?
Mhm.
So I can only tell you what what the from what I saw. I didn't go back and watch the original video.
Right.
But from what I gathered, it looks like that the stylist is a natural hair stylist who like specializes in natural hair. And so if you
Mhm.
come to her and your hair is fucked up, she's going to give you a big chop if you need it, and then from there you have to like stay on a regimen. Like she gives you the products you need, like you have to come to her at certain increments and get certain services. Like very strict in that salon. Okay, she does not play because she's like,
Mhm.
these are my results, and the reason I get these results is because my clients go through these things, right?
Right.
Now, as licensed professionals, we know that sometimes you tell clients to do certain things and they don't do it, or don't do certain things and they do it. You know what I mean? This stylist doesn't play that. Like if she tells you don't do something and you go home and do it, you're not allowed to sit in her chair anymore. Like she's just like, I'm not, no.
Period.
You don't listen, like no, right?
I had to do
Okay.
that with
So
my sister.
there you go. So she's doing this consultation with the girl. The girl's hair, according to her, is needs to be cut like by a lot. And so, let's say now this is her natural hair. Obviously, this is not, I paid for this hair. This is her natural hair. Let's say it's this long. And so the woman is telling her she needs to cut it like to here. And the client is like, well, can we just do it to here? And like, I'll come back. And the lady the stylist was like pissed, like, no. Like,
Right.
this is what needs to come off. Like, this is what we're doing. Or like, and what she said was, "You're lucky I didn't get the clippers out." That's what she said. And that
Mm.
apparently sent people over the edge. And so, like I said, I haven't watched the original video, and I think people were like in their feelings because they didn't like her bedside manner.
Mhm.
Or like they didn't feel like she was soft enough in her approach. But like as someone who's been doing hair for 30 years this year, I understand like this is not a negotiation. You came here,
Right.
you want like I already said what I said. So like, do you want me to do your hair or not? Like I
Right.
feel that energy. But
Mhm.
yeah, I guess the internet was like in a real uproar about it and just felt like she should have been softer. And like this is why people don't want to go to hairstylists now. Like y'all got these crazy ass prices. You don't sit in my chair. I don't give a fuck.
Right. Right.
I don't care, babes.
I'm a part of a few, like, community Facebook groups, and I can't tell you how many people I see post in there and be like, "Where is somewhere, cheap but good to get your hair done? Because some of these prices are just ridiculous and blah, 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 blah." And, like, it always makes me so mad because, like, do I not deserve to be able to pay my bills? And, like, if price was a big thing, go to a beauty school, go to one of these, like, little chain salons.
Go to Great
But it's
Clips.
like
Yeah.
right, but it's like, "No, I want a good place." Well,
Mhm.
that comes with a little bit more money, babes.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah, I wanna
like
see if I saved this Reddit post because I was like, "Me and Impad need to talk about this," because, again, it was, like, kinda sending me over the edge a little bit
yeah.
because, they were framing it because were they trans? Um No, they were queer of some sort, non-binary maybe. And so I guess the place that was closest to them had or to get like a non-binary haircut, the haircut was like $150, which for me is steep. I can't afford a $150 haircut. So I would not go somewhere that charged $150. I go places that I can afford, right? So they were on Reddit complaining because they're like, basically, that there's just no way in hell that a haircut should cost, that much. And especially when you're targeting like, a queer, um, like clientele that you need to make it affordable because blah blah blah. But like, no, like there are queer people who can afford to pay $150. That's
Right.
their hairstylist. You
Mhm.
need to go somewhere else. And I typed a response several times because, yeah, like, who are you to say what it should cost in that person's chair? You don't know
Right.
their life. You don't know what their bill situation looks like. You don't know, like,
Mhm.
it's not, if you can't afford it, go somewhere else. It's literally that
Right.
simple.
Yep.
It's literally that simple. And that's okay.
100%.
And no one's going to be mad at you for going somewhere else.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I thought I had saved it because I was like, we really have to talk about this. Well, and I know I did save it, but I don't know how to get to my saved. Yeah, that's unfortunate because yeah, I really wanted to share that with you and like hash it out because it was pissing me off. So I kept like
Yeah.
I would start writing a response and then I would back out because my
Mhm.
Reddit name is also the name of my business. And so I just try to be mindful of what I say when I'm posting under my
Absolutely.
business name. But yeah, they had me hot. Like, who are you to say? You don't know anybody's life story. And like, I'm sorry that you're
Right.
queer and broke at the same time, but that's not
Rough out
everybody's
here.
story. Yeah.
Rough out here.
Somebody's
Well,
clearly
yeah.
paying $150
Right.
for
Well, and
haircut.
I'm always like when people have responses like that, I am like, okay, so what do you think we should be charging?
Yeah.
With the schooling that I went to, with all the extra education that I've done outside, like all the tools I've bought, like what do you think I should be charging?
Yeah.
Let's
And I
hear
just
it.
don't even feel like at this point that you have to justify it. Like, you're the one who wants to sit in my chair. I didn't come looking for you, babe. You came looking for me.
Okay.
You came looking for me.
Mhm.
Like I said, you don't have to sit in my chair. You just don't have to.
I forget, do you have a la carte pricing or do you do more of like hourly?
So both. So the way my prices are set up, they're based on hourly, but um my prices are based on hourly pricing.
Mhm.
So, as a for instance, like a simple color package, like say you just want to come and you just want to get your roots touched up. Um, it says a simple color package includes like your roots touched up. It's not worded this way, but your roots are touched up. I'll give you like a trim or a cut of your choosing and like a simple style is what I call it. So like if you want me to do like a blowout, that's going to cost more because that takes more time, right?
Right.
But I have pricing for like the service and it's going to take me 2 hours. So it's going to cost you 2 hours of time. But if I get it done in an hour and a half, it's still the same 2 hours worth of time pricing. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
But I also have like I offer an express cut. An express cut is literally I will shampoo it. So I shampoo it, I cut it, you walk out the door wet.
Mhm.
Um, and that is $50, but
Mhm.
it's quick. It's
Yeah.
quick. Like, you know what I mean? In and out.
Right.
And then everything after that is packages, but it's based on hourly pricing. So if I think it's going to cost an hour, if it's going to take me an hour, I charge for an hour for the price, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just curious. Yeah, cuz I kind of did the same like I charge 80 for a haircut, but I
Hmm.
do have like an extended signature haircut
Hmm.
and that's like a 90-minute haircut, I
Hmm.
think. And I charge that $105
Hmm.
cuz I have an express cut too and I do 60.
Hmm.
But I also added, because a lot of people don't know what the fuck they're booking for,
Hmm.
and so in like my haircut service, I have an extended haircut time, and I think I did that for 30 minutes equals $25. So it's like, okay, if you booked a signature, but you needed an extended signature, well, it's still going to equal the same
Yeah.
price.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
did that
So,
for color too.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so I have like an express cut. I have it used to be called a finish it. I used to have like these snazzy names and now it's just like cut and style. But right, so that's like $75 or you can get the works and that includes a deep conditioning treatment which is like an hour and I think an hour and 15 minutes and it's like $100 on the note.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, yeah. So the it's based on an hour, but if it takes her, so in all of my descriptions, it says, so let's say like for the root touch up, it'll say, $180, but this is for shoulder length, average density hair. If your hair is thicker or longer, it's going to cost more.
Mhm.
So it says that in the description to allow for that because yeah, once you get past the 2 hour mark, it's gonna cost you more money. It's
Right.
gonna cost you more
Yep.
money. Like,
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like a lot of my services, like I built in the price for 2 hours, but yeah, if it takes
mhm,
me longer,
it
I
does
think I
happen.
did like 15 minutes, $25, 30 minutes, 50, 45,
Mhm,
75, and then if it's another hour, it's going to be 100.
mhm, mhm. Yep, yep, yep. And honestly, I have people that come every 4 weeks without fail. So
Mhm.
when people, for a color touch up. So when people call me and they're like, yeah, that's too much, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
bye.
See
Like,
ya.
that's fine,
Yep.
because then that just means you're not my client, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
okay. But I literally would rather stay home than go to work for cheaper prices. I got shit to do at the house. I don't
Mhm.
need to drive all the way to work to,
Right.
like, get less money than is what like, it's wear and tear on my car, it cost me gas, like, I had to
Yeah.
get dressed and ready to be here, like, if I'm gonna do
Right.
all that, it's gonna be worth my time.
Mhm.
Yeah. I had someone
100%.
call me today, and they wanted to know if I did kids cuts, and as a general rule, I will do kids, but
Mhm.
I don't do the whole like, I don't have a price for kids, like, all of my pricing is the same. I feel like kids should pay more, to be honest.
Yeah.
But so an express cut for a child is still $50. Like, I don't care that you're 4.
Right.
I don't care. So, yeah, the guy called and he wanted to know if I did kids' hair, and I'm like, "I mean, I do, but my prices are my prices." Like, and he's like, "I
Yep.
mean, that's fine, like, but can you do it today?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not
Yeah.
driving."
Mhm. Mhm.
50 bucks is 50 bucks, but again, I'm not driving all the way there, like, I gotta get myself I just no. No.
I have a few teenagers that like they pay to come get their hair cut by me. And I'm like, yeah,
Mm-mm,
like you don't get sorry, you don't get a discount just because you're young.
mm-mm,
Like,
mm-mm,
and I do tell them, I'm like, you're like gonna be spoiled for the rest of your life. Like, you're never gonna
mhm,
want to go to someone. And
mm-mm,
like, I've even had clients like move out of state and be like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like,
mhm, mhm,
I
mhm.
guess you're gonna have to buy me a plane ticket. I don't know.
Mhm. Yep,
You're gonna have to come up and visit.
absolutely.
I am sad. My one because I feel like I mean, yes, women are super loyal, but, like, I feel like men are also very loyal with
Mhm.
their hair, and I had one I had been doing him since he was, I think junior in college, and he got a big boy job, and now he lives in Arizona, but when I tell you every month, and even in college, because he went to school down in Old Miss,
Mhm.
every month was driving up for a haircut.
Yeah.
And it's like, why
Yep.
do we always lose the good
I
ones?
know, right? Yeah, I had a client in Indiana. She was my first like regular Vivids client, and I loved her because she always let me do whatever I wanted. So,
Yes.
like, I learned so much on her head. Um, and she inherited a house in Florida. And so she packed up and moved to Florida, but she would come back every 6 to 8 weeks and get her hair colored
Yes.
because she's like, and whatever part of Florida she was in, it was a lot of old people. And so she's like, yeah, they don't have any vivid salons, and like, I'm not about to play with my hair like this, you know. And
Yeah,
all her family
absolutely.
was still in Indianapolis, so she would come back to visit her family and get her hair done. Yep,
Yes.
yep.
Love that.
I miss her. I miss you, Amanda. It
I
was
know,
super
I
fun.
am sad, like, I did lose some of my clients with the, the change, and, like, the one that I lost, he's a beekeeper, and he would always give me, like, free honey, and I'm like, "Damn, that fucking
Mhm.
sucks."
Dang. Yes.
Like, now
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
had a
have to
client in
find a
Indy that
new
used to give me
local
free eggs
honey
all the
person.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
Fresh eggs, I miss those. I definitely do miss
Yes.
those. Yeah,
Gonna
clients be taking good care of us, boy. You
have Well, I just found a girl that's gonna trade some green, and I'm like, "Ah, yes."
period.
Love,
Period.
because I definitely budget that into my expenses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
I
I
was just
cannot
saying,
just
I'm like,
be
how people are out here raw dog in reality is beyond me.
literally, literally.
Yeah.
And
Mm-mm.
sometimes I like to say, like, the difference between me and someone in the psych ward, I'm outside. So,
Mhm.
don't play with me,
Mhm.
please.
Play where it's
Please.
safe.
Yeah, please.
No, for real. So just like that, we have just yapped through 2 hours like it's nothing once
We
again.
did.
So crazy. You got
We do.
anything you wanna tack on here before we sign off for the night?
Um, Black people, I love you. Like, just keep
Mhm.
out here existing.
Yep. Yes, and self-care is resistance.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. White people, do fucking better. Cause
Hell
you start
yeah.
like, y'all have always really been pissing me off, but, like, my mom the other day, she was, like, commenting because I haven't had got my hair done in a while. She was like, "Those grays," and I was like, "You're telling me?" I'm like, "At this point, I don't even wanna color my grays just so I can show everyone when everyone's like, 'You're only 32, like, why?' 'Cause look around, Karen.
Yeah.
Look around. I'm fucking stressed,
Yes.
bitch." Like,
Yes.
I saw
No, for real.
9/11 in the 2nd grade, and you know what? Things never got better, so
Literally, it was downhill from there. Yeah, so we're not gonna go down this wormhole right now, but not 9/11 being in the Epstein files. They deleted a whole bunch of shit. 9/11 was deep up in the
it
Epstein
never
files.
yeah, it never stuck with me.
Yeah.
But we could definitely write that down for next time because I love to talk about 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll add it on here
And
right
I'll have
now.
to tell you the lore right down to how 9/11 is connected to Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
Where should I put that on here? Not pop culture, not politics, maybe true crime?
Honestly, you I was gonna say you could put them in either.
Okay.
Just so when I look at it, I'll know.
You'll know. Okay, I'm gonna put it under Lizzo's opinion on the Epstein files. I'll just put it all together.
Okay. Well, did you
Nine.
see her video?
Uh-uh. No, but I'll
Oh,
look for it.
I was like, "Girl, shut up." But, she's had some allegations against her, and so I was just kinda like, "This ain't looking good, Lizzo." She was, like, trying to say, uh, she doesn't think, like, the Epstein files are as big of a deal as, like, everyone is saying that they are, essentially.
Why would she say that? So she clearly hasn't read any of it.
Yeah, and I was
Clearly.
like,
'Cause how
"Mm,
you can look at that and see, like, literally, they're eating and fucking children, bitch. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by
right, right." Yeah,
like, globally, a large group of people who will put you in jail if they catch you, like, buying weed. Like, you can't even get a job at Home Depot, bitch, if you smoked weed last week.
right.
Fucking
Mhm,
children is fine.
mhm.
Shut
Yeah.
your ass up.
No, literally, I was like, this does not look good."
Yeah, sometimes I feel like celebrities get famous and think that we give a fuck about what they think. Like, just sing, bitch. You don't have to speak, honestly. And I hate to be like that, like, oh, shut up and dribble, but also, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, see, sometimes I go back and forth on that because there are some people I'm like, "I don't wanna know your opinion," but then there
Yeah.
are others like, when things happen, I'm like, "No, but, like, where do you stand on this?"
Yeah, that's facts. Oh, I found this picture that I meant to send it to you and I forgot. Because this shit tickled the fuck out of me, and I'm like, I wonder if Empath has seen this. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Um, because I thought of you immediately when I saw it. Yes, let me see. Can we? It's not gonna. It's just too much. Too much
Is
light.
that Lady Gaga?
No, girl, it's Taylor Swift.
Oh, I
Oh,
can
it's
see the
not.
mustache.
No, I'm gonna just text it to you. I'll text it to you. Shit had me tickled. I thought of you as soon as I like, why
Yes.
did they do that?
We could talk about that next time.
Yeah, okay. That's what I'll do. I'll load it in. So, as a reminder before we sign off, if you ever have like videos or pictures or sounds, if you send them to me, like email them to me and put in the subject like load to show or something so I can find it easily, I can load it and share it. Because do you have the
Oh,
option to share your screen on your end?
I think so.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, then you could also just share your screen on your end.
Oh,
So you don't even have to send it to me. You could literally share it on your end then.
fancy.
So if you just already have like your tabs loaded up before we get on, so then yeah,
Okay.
so you could also do that.
Perf.
So yeah. All right. Well, I'm about to sign us out of here because we can do this part on the in the back office. Bye,
Yes.
y'all.
Behind the scenes.